little chat button, and you can put your hand up. So we're going to try to stop from people talking over each other so we can have a good discussion about the Ozarks. We're going to start out with season 1. I got to let everybody know also, if you haven't seen all 3 seasons of the Ozark, spoiler alert. We're talking about all that shit. Season 1, 2, and 3. All right? So if you ain't seen it yet,
Butter probably forgot. He saw it last year.
Don't be mad at us later. We let you know it's going straight up for all 3 seasons. All right. I'm on my Facebook Live too. So what's up, Kevin Ballard? What's up, Jason Strawbridge? I need to jump in, man. Jump in. Go to @SomeWildCats Facebook page and jump in with us, man. We'll get you a link. My man Keith will send you a link to jump in the conversation.
Hey, we got Boo Law on here too. He need to dial in, Boo Law.
Dial in and get it connected.
All right. Byron Law. That's another Wildcat. All right. So let's go right to season 1. We're gonna start off with my man Marty. And I'm gonna start when all his crew was getting assassinated, when he was down on his knees and the whole company was getting taken out. All right. I'm gonna start there. All right. I thought the dude was he was smart. Come on now. He figured out a way to stop himself from being killed just by using his co-worker's pamphlet and brought up the whole money laundering scheme in the Ozarks. I thought that was a big pivotal point in the first couple of scenes of the first episode. But my biggest takeaway from the first episode was when he actually found out that his wife was cheating, and he had a chance to kill his wife. He had a chance to, the Navarro cartel was there and they were going to kill her for him. And he didn't do it. He let her live. He let Wendy live. If you was in that position where his wife knew that she had, and they had to get that money to the cartel, she went empty the bank account for both of them, and she took it to her lover. Now, would y'all let your wife live? Would y'all have did that for your wife? Would you let her live, or you just took out right then and there?
No,
Go ahead.
Let her live.
Are you seriously asking that question?
Right.
Now you gonna start this off, huh?
Look, this dude's supposed to be getting married.
Man, you out of your goddamn mind.
Hey, but now for
Jason, he needs some counseling.
Hey, Black, but for real though, hindsight, if he would have killed her then, season 3, he'd been gone a long time ago. She saved his ass so many times.
You going too far ahead. You going too far ahead, Glenn. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Not season 3.
Hey, Black.
we talking about all 3, ain't we?
We talking about season 1.
All right.
Hey, Black.
I remember him off the bid.
Go ahead, Cliff.
Hey, Black. I would take that back even further in that season 1 though, because that video enough wasn't. I wouldn't have been able to keep my mouth or hands off somebody just saying that video come to me in front of some clients. He was cool as I don't know off the jump.
Cliff, man, what?
He's up there trying to make a transaction with a couple, looking at the video of his wife getting dug out.
Yep, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe I was sleeping. I didn't even notice that was. I thought he was just looking at porn, honestly, for a while, because he kept pulling it up and looking at it. I didn't even know that was his wife. Maybe I got lost or fell asleep at one point.
That's why we tell you. Got to watch it. You can't miss anything on that.
Line. It took me a while before I knew that's what the video was.
And he watched it. And he watched it over and over.
Clip, you saying you would have had to excuse yourself?
Oh yeah. That wouldn't have gone. That wouldn't have finished. Ozark would have been over on episode 1.
Right. Because he walked past it like several times. He watched the video while she was in the room with him. He was tripping.
And look, it was like this.
Look. Yeah, I'm still with a. Like you said, if he
Hey, let the young lady out. See, we had one. Let her to give her opinion on it. We got all these dudes here.
Shelly, would you let your man live, Shelly?
No.
We have another female that's not showing her picture right now. Miss Powell, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, she's down there.
Miss Powell, you there? No, you're not there. You there? I guess she ain't there.
Hey, look, Black. This is all he had to do from the door. He could have realistically let the video ride and don't say anything.
he could have wowed out all he wants. The first time he get caught, he just simply shows the video.
Have in his back pocket.
Right.
That's right, man. You gotta have something in your hip pocket, Tank.
Hey, but look,
Now
that would have
easy.
been if his name was Michael Bird, not Marty Bird.
Right.
That had to been
That's why I
Malcolm.
said that was the white Ozark, because the black Ozark.
Hey,
He's
Craig.
like, oh,
Kim,
it's
Kim
on
and
now.
Kim and Les got their hand up, Craig.
All right, go ahead, Kim. Go ahead, Kim. Make a comment, Kim.
I think he was watching that video because he was on this Kanye Kim Kardashian and stuff.
Huh?
Kanye, Kim Kardashian stuff.
Okay.
Shit.
Put that cup down, bro.
All right, mute.
Is that a mute?
Kanye say he used don't mute me, man.
Put that cup down.
Listen to me now.
Who
Listen
controlling you controlling the mute?
Man, listen to me, man. Listen to me. Let me say this now.
All right, say your thing. Say your thing. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Remember how Kanye said he used to watch the video of her and Ray J on the regular before he got down. And that's what he probably do was getting himself ready.
I never heard that one.
Yeah, right, that's a new one for me.
Right.
Kim said, "Don't mute me, man. Let me live."
That's what he was. That's what. That's. Oh,
Don't mute DC.
This the Apollo, baby, yank.
Hey, Craig, I'm gonna co-sign. Hey, Craig, I'm gonna co-sign Kim because after he watched the video, he tried to do the same things that dude was doing to his wife.
You
So,
gone to another
he's got
season
a point.
again. You gone up to another season again.
That's another season.
You gotta look at the videos and see to know what to do.
Hey,
maybe that's why she was creeping, because he wasn't hitting it the way dude was hitting it.
Oh, that's definitely the case. She said that.
Yeah.
He gave enough attention.
He didn't take control of that thing.
He wasn't. I ain't gonna say it.
Hey, Butter. He couldn't go your route though because he needed her.
Yeah.
So he couldn't wild out. He needed to keep things as even killed as possible.
No, but if you think about it, he didn't have to wild out, but he could have wilded out in his own way because she would have thought she already thought he was too square to do anything anyway. Not that he would have, but if he wasn't from Virginia or Montgomery County, if he was from PG or DC, he'd have wilded out.
Yeah. she pushing the wild out, huh?
Exactly.
I some Wildcats podcast. We talking about the Ozarks, and you know what? We're gonna go to another question. We're gonna change some gears and go to another question. We're still in season one though. We're still in season one, and Marty, he made a lot of frenemies when he first got to the Ozarks. He met the owner of the strip club, the dude Bobby Dean. He couldn't convince the dude to take his business deal. He met Rachel, the owner of the Blue Cat, and he finally met up with Ruth Langamore. Now the relationship started off real rocky, but in the long run it did pay off. But we actually saw Ruth in the very beginning episodes when they moved to the Ozarks, when they were at the hotel, and Charlotte was real wary of her. She didn't really want to have her up in that hotel. Remember, she said a couple of times, "You don't need to go in there clean. You don't need to go in there clean." Who would have thought that from that one scene that Ruth would last and be this big of a part in the whole damn series? I mean, she was there for like a hot second. They said it twice. I mean, Charlotte called her twice, talking about, "Don't go in there, don't clean that room. We don't need you to do that," because all that money was up in the bag. But Charlotte didn't even know that. Charlotte knew that she was on some different type shit. So my question is, who thought that Ruth was going to be such a big, I guess, character in this series from the jump? Did you after seeing that?
Think so. You had to think so. She had a terrible ass mouth, so you know they had to keep that.
Yeah, and also
not to her level.
Also, after she took the money when they met up in the bathroom?
Yeah,
the bathroom. Yep.
I mean, she showed you right there that she was going, she could hold her own.
Yeah, because I think that the initial part of her coming in that, John, I don't think you knew that she was going to do all that. You just didn't want her in the room because you knew y'all had stuff in the room. Yeah. She didn't even know what she had in the room when she told her don't go in there before.
Right.
I knew Ruth had gangster with her. What surprised me was her smarts. Yeah. I ain't think she was as street smart as she was being from the sticks of Ozark.
She got that from her dad. You remember, you know what I'm saying? She got that from her dad and all that, because she was in a lot. She got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but for as young as she was, her pops had been locked up for a minute. Now he was gangster though,
Yeah,
but she kind of surprised me with her street smart, you know.
Yeah, but she was always around her uncles and them, so they was always creeping on the come up.
She was smarter than her uncles off the top.
Yeah, right.
Real smart.
She was running all them.
Hey, you got 2 people sitting in there that need to come over too.
Keith, I'm on it, Keith.
All right.
What we say? Don't mess with Aaron.
Hey, man, just leave Aaron alone, man.
Look, hey, Keith, I thought you was doing Facebook Live, man. There's some people that need some feedback on Facebook Live, man.
I got everybody
stepping over the boundaries. Stepping over the boundaries.
Y'all don't know Anthony Count is the executive producer for this episode of some Wildcats podcast.
He put it all together.
He put everything together. Y'all get a kudos up to Aunt Calvin. All right. I'm gonna move on to another question. We're going to switch gears again. Still in season 1. I think the unique thing about this whole series is that it actually has you rooting for the quote unquote bad guys, which are the Marty and Wendy and the kids. You know, they actually are the bad guys, and we really hated the damn. I know about y'all. I hated the FBI agent.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Roy Petty.
Yeah.
Roy Petty. I couldn't stand his motherfucking ass. So I mean, that's the thing about the series. It had you wanting Roy ass to get dealt with, and
but they was forced to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no choice but to do what they need to do to launder the money to survive, because they know as soon as they didn't do what was supposed to be done, their lives were gone. So it's like, you know, it's almost like, you know, you had to become that person or those people that those so-called bad guys.
There are no good guys in the show.
No.
Only good guys are the kids and the old man who like to go skinny dipping every morning.
That's my man, Buddy.
They weren't good folks either.
No, but yeah, he was part of the mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Maya, I know I'm jumping ahead, but Maya's some good people. She's the only good person on the show. Maya. See, episode 3, Maya.
FBI agent.
Yeah.
That's the way that's going down. You going down though.
Man, you are way up there.
I know. My bad.
Hey, Slim, but if you got anytime you got a black woman to take her wig off and just show you the cornrows, the straight backs, you know she gonna be up front with you. Oh, she showed you the straight backs early.
We ain't gonna talk about her because we tried to get her on the podcast and she told us no and wanted we reached out personally to her. If y'all don't know, she's actually from Riverdale, Maryland. We reached out to her, tried to get her to jump in on that podcast, and she told us no.
What's her name?
Maybe she couldn't. Maybe she signed an NDA, man.
She under contract, Black. She under contract, Black.
Man, she can talk. She ain't got to give up no details. She come over here and say hi. You know, she can, talk about the interaction behind the scenes on the set and stuff like that.
We can guarantee she won't be on here now.
These dudes got 5 people on their live feed, but it's 8 of them on the Zoom.
Oh, damn. That's what she said. That's just what she's saying right now. Fuck them.
It's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
Hey, so I'm talking more about the dude Roy Petty here. All right. So he's strong arm Ruth's uncle, that dude Russ. Now, I on my Facebook page, I posted.
I'm about to say, you call that strong arm or long arm?
He turned them out.
On my Facebook page, when I put up that I'm on season 1 and I'm just watching, and I think Ruth needs to get dealt with or get done up out of there. A couple of ladies said, I could have done without that gay scene. I could have done without that homosexual scene. I mean, it is what it is. Did y'all have a problem with the homosexual scenes in the first season? I mean,
Anthony did.
It didn't add any value to the. In my opinion, it didn't add any value to the show.
Anthony did.
Dudes talk about.
Somebody got to turn their.
Yeah, Danielle, say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest, Danielle.
Yeah, but you said it doesn't add anything to the show, Anthony. If you just look, just the whole landscape of TV.
Yeah.
Even on
Dave, I know you liked it and shit, man. I just
even on primetime TV they showing gay couples. So it's like it's the landscape now.
Look, I just ain't want to see this shit, man. I fast forward this shit. So
yeah,
I mean,
I know you kind of zoomed in and shit, and and put it on slow-mo and shit.
We realize that it's a trigger for you based off of some of your past experiences. We understand.
Whoa.
Here we go.
We live, baby.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Damn.
Bad memories up abound.
It took 3 days to get past that one scene. Winding it. Like, goddamn, Dave, move on.
Right.
Hey, what you trying to say? Used to intern down tracks?
Who, Dave? Come on, buddy.
No,
Don't
he
go there,
said
buddy.
Anthony. he said Anthony.
Never that butter. Never that.
My God, boy.
Oh man.
All right. So I'm gonna ask Shelly. Shelly, do you have a problem with the homosexual scene?
I did not. I was fine with it.
Okay, all right.
It's fine.
She's the only female we have on right now, so we gotta keep throwing questions at the female in
She
here.
fine, whatever is going on.
Look, Sharice is on. Sharice, you can talk, Sharice. You know that, right?
She got it on mute.
I know she do.
And,
She
and
just listening.
who doing Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Anthony or Keith?
Keith.
I'm on Facebook.
Because there's some people saying that they didn't get the link.
I sent everybody the link that chimed in. Everybody that's on got the link. Who need it? And I sent.
Who was that? I think Renee. What she say? You didn't send me the link. Renee Jackson.
You looking at who's wow? You looking at Craig's link or some Wildcats? Cause she's not on here.
Hold on.
Her name is Rena.
Rena. I'm sorry.
All right, I got you.
All right, this is a Wildcats podcast. Man, it's the Ozarks episode. We coming to you live through the Zoomverse, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. So some questions out there that actually came from some of the crew. We're gonna skip through seasons. Don't worry about being in another season right now. Calm down. It's gonna be cool if we go through another season. All right. So this question is coming from my man G. He said, everybody talks about how dumb Wendy's brother is, and the brother is Tom. But it was a good representation of the bipolar disease.
Yes.
And they as Marty and Wendy, they knew better than to have him around the whole situation with his condition. That everything that happened to him, that's on them. Y'all agree with that? That him getting killed is their fault. Wendy should have made him leave. Marty tried to get him to leave, but he shouldn't have been there in the first place. Y'all agree with that?
Right. Marty was doing his best to get rid of the brother because he knew the danger that was behind his mental disorder. And Wendy was the one that kept him around until it really got into the thick of things.
As soon as that Bama bought that phone.
And I was about to say, I don't think Wendy was the one that was keeping him around. I think Ruth was keeping him around.
Right.
Yeah, right.
He was chasing her.
At first, it was Wendy.
Yeah, because Wendy first
it
was
Wendy.
Yeah.
But
Wendy asked him to stay.
But
Right.
when you look at the bipolar disease itself, the conspiracy theories start having and the paranoia, that's part of the whole condition. They know good and well that anything, and when it was true. So the stuff he was worried about was true. So it's really going to be 10 times the fold of this panic, and that's what was going on. And they knew that was going to happen.
As soon as I'm sorry, go ahead.
The big thing was they should have never informed him of the operation. They should have kept.
Well, Ruth did that.
Man,
Once
everybody
they let
knows.
him in on that,
Yeah,
then it was all over.
They should have let him know.
Who in Ozark didn't know?
As soon as
But
they
he shouldn't have known.
off his meds is when they should have got rid of his butt though. That's when as soon as she discovered he stopped doing that because he couldn't get that joint up to take care of Ruth. That's when it went downhill.
All right, okay. All right, we're going to keep it moving then. We're going to go to another question from our esteemed panel. We're talking to Ozarks right now. And I'm going to go to a question I put up on my Facebook page. And I asked the question, who's more gangster? Was it Darlene or is it Ruth? Who's the biggest gangster for real on this show?
Darlene.
Darlene is the killer.
You got the Wendy in there too.
Yeah, Wendy. She's elevating herself. She's getting real caught up in that point.
You said she. She escalated real fast from season 1 to season 3.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah,
But I think Darlene was the most consistent from the beginning, though.
From the beginning.
Darlene put in.
Yo, anytime you're gonna knock off your husband, you know you're a gangster.
Darlene wasn't gangster. She was crazy.
No,
Darlene
she's
was crazy.
She was gangster too.
From the beginning. From the beginning when they met in the diner. When we went back to flashback.
She cut the baby out. She cut the baby out.
Darlene killed 57 people. Remember, she killed.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she killed 57
crazy
people. They were just addicts. They were just addicts.
Yeah, crazy.
She tried to kill her business.
She went back in the house to get that drink. And back out.
Darlene, go give me some lemonade.
You know, when he was sleeping, he's like, she said, I'm afraid of you. She was like, what? She said, say what you're going to say. Say what you're going to say. And grabbed her blankets and rolled.
Well, look, she found a sweet spot for Wyatt.
Yeah,
man.
Hey, man, that shit was nasty, man.
I ain't see that coming. I ain't see that coming at all.
She look like
look at Shelly's face.
Or something.
That shit was nasty, wasn't it? That shit was nasty.
That
shit was nasty.
Like Skeletor.
The homosexual scenes was bad. That's
was bad. Shelly, you didn't have a problem with that, but you had a problem with the old man.
Black, you just took the words right out my mouth. I was just gonna ask. Which scene was worse, the gay scene or the scene with her and Wyatt?
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Man, I was in this show like, no, don't do it.
Hey, sorry,
I don't think it was because she was older. I think it's because I don't like her as a character that made me not like that scene.
Yeah, because look, the first thing Wyatt said was, that felt good.
She said, I've been around long enough to know what I'm doing.
Hey, Craig, like one of my questions was, though, if the role was reversed and there was a man fucking the little high school kid, everybody would have a problem with that.
He wasn't a high school
still in high
kid.
school. Yes, he was. He was in high school. He can't graduate yet.
No, he's still in high school. Yeah.
He got accepted in 2021.
That was a question by Glenn. Man. That's a good question, though, Glenn. I mean, would it have been different if it was a man doing that to a young girl?
Yeah, you know that. You know that, man.
But in the Ozark, maybe not.
Hey, Craig, you live in Missouri. Is it okay Missouri do that?
Oh my God.
Believe it is.
Here we go again.
Believe it is.
Oh my God.
Shots fired.
No, sir. I didn't participate in anything like that, sir. Okay.
Take fun.
I don't know what you're talking about right now, sir. Okay.
You looking real unfamiliar right now.
Even though in Missouri the legal age for consent is 17, not 18.
There you go.
So he's old enough then.
There you go.
He's old enough then. All
right. In the Ozarks, he's old enough then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. I guess he was.
All right, take that back.
Man, that's
they still shouldn't allow it.
Hey, and based on that information, can you mute Craig? He might get ready to get in trouble.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna go to another question from some Wildcats. It's that podcast, and we're talking everything Ozark season 1, 2, and 3. If you're on right now, you're watching this live. Hey, spoiler alert! We're talking about everything, and don't be mad at us. Just turn us off. Okay. I'm going to my man Keith. He says, "Who got killed in the series that you were real glad to see go?"
I didn't say real glad, but I was like, you weren't mad about them getting up out of there.
Yeah.
I put glad in parentheses, man.
I was glad that Ben was gone.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it mattered.
Damn. Technical asshole. Go ahead.
Ben was about to
get Ben.
Yeah, Ben was about to get everybody.
Ben was about to mess up everything.
He about to get everybody killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that go back to that was their fault. I wasn't mad that he got killed. I mean, I wasn't happy he got killed. That was their fault.
I'm gonna go with.
They're supposed to save him from himself.
I'm gonna go with Ruth's dad, man. I was glad he was gonna get his ass.
Yeah,
I was between him and Petty. I was both of them.
Petty, yeah.
Yeah, between Kay and Petty, I was stuck between them two.
Petty was number one.
I was glad that the lawyer finally got killed.
The lawyer.
Oh, spoiler alert.
No, Craig said all 3 seasons. We all 3 seasons.
Yeah, brother.
Straight over the moon.
Hey, so Shelly, who you glad to see? You see the guy killed. Who was you glad to see
Patty.
go?
I was gonna say Patty.
Okay.
Yeah, Petty was corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah. He was using his sex to get everywhere.
Right. Drugs,
Yeah, but
all kinds of
look,
stuff.
how about that's the same way you saying if it was a female doing it, then that would have been all right.
Nah.
No.
Nope.
His boyfriend, his ex gonna be a big problem though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked like he's still in his feelings.
Yes, he is, because he told him that he said the other white dude with monkey fucking him, right? So I'm like, he did say that shit.
Oh wow. I'm gonna say that monkey fuck. Right. I'm gonna shout out some people in the room. I don't know who Stacy is. What's up, Stacy? You there? I guess they muted. Okay, all right. If you got the question, you can also send your questions through the chat room inside of the Zoom verse, and you can also send us questions right through our Facebook Live feed on some Wildcats page or one of our pages. I'm at Craig Black. You can send it to Keith Morris, Glenn Johnson. I think we also up on our personal pages as well. All right. So we just fishing through questions, talking seasons 1, 2, and 3 right now, and I'm gonna go to a question from my man Big Al. He says, were you shocked when I guess Helen and her hitman killed the psychologist? Were y'all shocked when that happened? Killed the little old lady in that nice, what did she have? Lamborghini?
That was a McLaren.
Was it McLaren?
Yeah, that was McLaren. See, she had to go. She
pulled
was
up.
gonna mess up. She was gonna mess up. She was gonna mess up the stuff as well. You know, she gonna jump out there with a McLaren.
And then she gonna say, "I think I undervalue myself."
And come to the house.
That was the wrong answer.
And come to the house. You make
and
house
she
calls.
had
exactly.
And she had a canary
calls
and a canary yellow joint, so everybody in the whole little city could see her.
But what got her killed was them notes that she took. Them notes. When dude found them notes.
No, she was there before that.
No, yeah, he was just collecting information.
Yeah, she was laying in the body bag in the foyer when he was reading that shit.
Right.
Yeah. She just jumped out there. She should have just took the money and be low key. She was, that's anything else. It's like drug dealers and whatnot. You jump out there, you be all exploiting yourself, and you flashy. She had to go.
Right, she jumped into the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Marty and Wendy had like a minivan and like an old Cutlass the whole time. They dealing with millions of dollars. They doing fundraisers, buying casinos. They still had bucket cars.
But they knew they had to stay under the radar, because they knew FBI was on them. So
that was the smart hustlers.
Them feds on Glenn. And it ain't like they think the feds on them. They know the feds on them. The feds work.
I'm saying I like the way they would stay done low key.
I got a question. See, now after watching all the way up to season 3, it seems like they almost parallel to Power and Ozark. And as far as I would say, like the Ghost and Tasha and Marty and Wendy, because you see the women they almost want to stay in the game. And the men wanted to get out the game. So Ghost wanted to get out the game and try to get on the business side of it. And Marty just wanted to do what he needed to do to keep the family alive. And he didn't want to stay in the game. He was talking to him. You see, Wendy is like all in. She's buying all these businesses and going around Marty and talking to the cartels to try to grow the empire. I see the parallel. I see it similar.
Yeah.
I see that as well.
So, Boo, do you think if they would have got out the game, would they have been able to get on that seaplane and disappear? I think she kept them alive.
No, she beyond that. To me, she at first she was trying to keep them alive, but now she was seeing the greedy side of the house. That she was trying to grow the empire. It's not about just being alive. Because you could tell she was upset when the agent came to her to saying Marty was looking at taking a deal. You could see it in her face.
She power hungry.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's because she had just started making her deals. With the
Right.
what was it? Was it Helen?
Yeah, Helen. Well,
yeah.
because she went to Helen and said, "You need to, we can be partners."
Yeah.
She was trying to go around Marty because Marty was trying to keep things conservative because he knew that the FBI was looking, and obviously the things he was saying, it came true.
She got the cartel boss calling at 3 in the morning.
Direct, yeah.
Hey, cartel boss might have seen that video.
I thought he was going at Wendy for a little bit.
She even had Helen asking her, "How did you get his number?"
Yeah.
Right.
Like, wait a minute. She said,
"How you get that number?
When'd you talk to him? Too long ago."
Yeah, but
that was when Helen put that plan in place that she say, "Okay, she talking to my boss. It's time for them to go."
No, the cartel boss knew that Wendy was ambitious. He knew that he can go to her and get things done. Marty wasn't getting it done. That's why he went and snatched him up and put him in the dungeon.
Well, look, she got that reality check when they went back to that horse stable, that horse farm.
Right.
He was like, "Hold up, Slim, we not partners."
Yeah, that dude gangster, boy. That dude Navarro.
Hey, Craig,
anytime you have that much money to purposely buy a horse farm specifically to send a message to your enemy, that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah,
but I think that's good. If you go, but that's going back to like Godfather when they had the court cut off the horse head and put in the bed. They're gonna do what they need to do to send a message.
You're sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
And the enemy sent that message right back to him. He had to send his family back to the States.
All right. So my guest podcast, we talking everything's Ozark right now, and I'm here back to the end of around the end of season 1, and talk about that walk through the woods with the snails, with Darlene and her husband. Now that whole time, that long ass walk, I thought that he was going to off her ass during that walk. I had no idea. That's why the show's so goddamn good. I had no idea that she had poisoned his shit. That shit caught me. Was anybody else surprised about that? I mean, that whole walk, every time she got in front of him, I was like, boy, he gonna blow her fucking head off.
I saw that anytime she gave somebody some tea or some honey, something was coming.
Yeah,
some lemonade.
They got the dude
Yeah, it was coming
like that.
Something was coming.
It was too shaky. He was too shaky the whole time. He was scared the whole time. He could have had that done a long time ago.
Right.
I knew she was setting him up somehow. I just didn't know how.
Put it like this: when I saw that she put all that fucking that stuff in those drugs and killed all them people, I said, "Oh yeah, Jacob gone. Jacob about to die."
She only care about the money. She don't care about messing the money up.
She don't care about.
But he had to have known it was coming because he told her, "Darlene, don't make me have to basically take care of things and handle her."
Well, no, he said I was scared of her. He told her he was scared of her.
Yeah, he told her he was scared of her.
Yeah.
But what did she say to him when he said that? What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Look at what you gonna do?
That's when she poisoned that ass.
But remember, he got scared of her because when he started doing the flashbacks on how they got together, how she pulled up on old girl in the restaurant like, "You basically wasting your time because I'm about to take him." At that point, he was like, she had control.
Yeah,
but you knew she was off a rocker when she admitted she delivered that baby, Mason's wife's baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was really ruthless.
I was like, boy, but it threw me for a loop because when she said that she actually delivered the baby, and as much as she wanted the baby, why didn't she keep the damn baby? Why did she leave that baby there for him? Why did she keep that man's baby?
The message. It was a message to him to leave him alone. The baby was sitting there as a message. That's why
she didn't realize she really wanted a baby until they killed the guy that lived with them or whatever.
Ash.
Yeah.
Right. He was filling that void for her at that time. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Never had.
As old as she was, why did she think she could have a baby at that time?
she just wanted to take care of something. That's why.
And see, I thought Wyatt was going to be the one that she was going to kind of use to replace Ash before they did what they did.
Right.
No, but she had the baby. But she had the baby then. Jacob was gone. Then she had the baby, so I couldn't see Wyatt filling that
The
void.
baby.
Yeah, the baby. Mason's baby.
The baby.
The baby. What you talking about, man?
The baby.
The baby.
Well, even if they had a baby, she would have been straight because as old as she was, she didn't need no formula. She'd have been giving the baby powdered milk.
Oh my God. My God.
Hey, Craig, it's another question came in of the Facebook Live where somebody was asking, what do we think about Marty paying off the therapist without Wendy knowing?
Because he wanted to go his way.
I was tripping over that job.
No, but here's the bigger question.
He couldn't trust her.
The question was what the bigger thing was. I was stunned to find out that that Marty's wife was paying off the therapist too.
Yeah,
she was paying too.
She did one time. She only did one time. One time for one argument.
That sounds like a Dirk Bailey move.
Makes you guarantee it goes your way.
He's like, oh yeah, let's drive separate cars.
Yeah, right.
Damn, Marty went gangster was like, let her win one. Let her win one.
Go a little bit hard on me next time.
Where you going to my cousin?
That's funny.
Yeah, when she came out that jump, she was like, she always takes your side.
But I really want to jump on to see if y'all noticed how, I don't know if y'all mentioned this already because I was coming in and out on the Zoom, but I wondered if you guys noticed, and I didn't notice until the last episode, where how much power that women hold in this whole series. All the women you notice in the series is very powerful.
Yeah.
They getting power hungry. They getting power. They big influence.
Wendy, the FBI. That's a female figure playing the FBI. Then her boss is the FBI is a female.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They did mention
what's the farm lady's name?
Darlene.
Powerful. All the women in the series hold some power, except for the girl from the owner of the blue cat.
Oh yeah.
That's because the executive of the show was the woman.
And who knows it? Who knows in the next season the way they kill people on this show, that dynamic can change quick.
In a minute.
They kill quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right. So Wildcats podcast. I'm sorry.
What was the drug cartel guy's name before Helen?
Oh, that was the one that Darlene shot.
Yeah.
Dale.
Oh, that was Dale.
Dale.
Yeah, Dale.
I was upset to see him. I was upset to see him go.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have called a redneck.
Yeah.
She blew his head off.
Call a redneck.
She picked that gun up fast too, boy.
Dale was gangster. Dale was gangster because she actually repeated. He sure enough did.
Mm-hmm.
In her house.
She wanted to make sure he said it clear. Let me make sure I heard you right.
He said, say that again.
Bunch of rednecks. Wow. All right, it's some Wildcats podcast. We're talking everything's Ozarks right now. And man, we got a lot of people on. Shout out to Monique Grace, DC Brader. I don't know who Stacy is. Moto E5 Plus.
You know Stacy.
Bring your picture up then, Stacy, so I can see your face. It's 1,000 Stacy's in this
braiding
world.
my hair.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. Right. Shout out to Stacy. And
Come on, Grace, unmute herself because she's talking, but she's muted.
She's talking to somebody next to her, Al.
She's turning around.
I'm not muted.
There you go. See.
Okay, she's waving. All right. So we're gonna keep it moving, and where we gonna go?
Let's talk about Jonah. I mean, one of my questions to you was, or to the whole staff was, when do y'all think Jonah's gonna kill this first person?
Yeah. Is that the kid?
Yeah.
That's the son. That's the son.
It's coming.
Yeah.
He almost did, and
you gotta wait till season 4.
I thought he was gonna kill Helen.
Yeah.
No, but remember,
he didn't pull the gun on a number of people already.
Remember the dude that Buddy killed? Like before he Buddy took the bullets out the gun. So he already had a
Yes,
he had a,
you're right.
he had a body
You're
on
right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
He did. He took
He was about to take
the bullets out.
I have a question for y'all. So they said that Jonah was just like his uncle. So y'all think he's gonna be bipolar in season 4 or 5?
Nah, he would have showed it by now.
Look, the
He not be bipolar, but he's a little touched. He's a little touched.
The uncle said he was like Wendy.
Yeah, he said it was like Wendy. Because even
But
Wendy,
but in the
even
beginning of
Wendy,
season 1,
even Wendy said, "My son is smart. He can read a manual and
He's
then
real
put
smart.
a jet back together."
Yeah, he's real smart.
And he also proposed something, whatever he was working on, he proposed something that would help the business. So like his transition, Glenn, is probably just gonna be more using his wits and his smarts with the business side.
Soon as he get with the Helen's daughter, that's what's he's gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem then.
Right, I thought he was about to crash this droid up. That Joan, he was gonna break that Joan all up.
Yeah.
Nah, keep when she kissed him.
Right.
He kissed him.
That's gonna be the time.
He had that look like Dirk said. After you get some,
he gonna be a major problem. He gonna turn to Scarface.
What did the brother mean?
Go ahead.
What did the brother mean when he said Wendy promised she would never do that again? She told me she would never do it again. What did she do?
She would never put him back in the hospital.
Put him back in the hospital. Yeah.
Commit him.
I thought
Commit him
she had
again.
killed somebody the way that he was talking.
No, I haven't committed.
Yeah.
Nah, it was the hospital because how bad he can't react. He doesn't react well in the hospital, so he wouldn't have survived if he went back in.
Okay.
Did y'all think that she was gonna call them to come kill him or just get him to the hospital?
I thought she was gonna kill him herself.
I thought she was gonna kill him herself.
When he bought that phone, I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
Right.
She having him
When he
killed.
went into the fake Walmart and called the police on his own self.
Said he was missing.
Yeah, that's what was crazy. Saying that the cocktail was happening.
Nah, man, the look she gave him when he bought that phone, though, she was like, "You can just buy a phone."
Right. After the 10th time I told him, "Don't do that shit,"
and he kept calling Helen.
They said, "I'm sorry, I can fix this."
Where are you at, son? Really, tell me. I can help you.
It's like, we gonna fix it. Oh, you're gonna get an opportunity to fix it. We definitely going to.
Yeah.
That just turned out to be able to get him killed though, because he set himself up calling Helen, so she threw that all back on her.
But I gotta be honest, when he first got out and he went down to Helen's house, I actually thought he was gonna kill Helen in front of her daughter.
Yeah.
All right, it's a Wildcats podcast, and we throwing some more questions out there. I got another question from my man Glenn. He says half their issues, he's talking about Marty and Wendy, was because they let the kids know too much. Back in the day, kids, we had kids go in the other room because adults are talking. They will only know the business because the adults are ready to share the business with them. Do what you're told, do what I tell you, when I tell you. Basically, he's saying, did they basically tell the kids too much about the business? Did they let the kids into too much of their business about everything that was going on?
Yeah, you gotta look at it from this standpoint. They were barely able to handle the situation as grown adults. How do you think that you're gonna entrust information like that with kids and things not go left? It didn't make any sense. They told them too much too soon.
But you got to look at the other point. I mean, they almost had to tell them what the whole situation was going on, because the way things were changing and the way they interacting with them, it's like they were put in a position that they had them tell them with everything.
I think they felt like to better protect their children, they had to give them a little bit of information because they'll be in danger and understand why. So if you explain the why, I felt like they can try to keep them more protected.
Yeah, because every time they did say something to the kids, it's because they was backed in the corner and they had to.
Right. So every time they told the kids to do something, why? Why? I understand. No, every single time they took their ass in the back room. Get your ass in the back room.
but they never had any control over the daughter. The daughter was.
Hey, Glenn, don't sit here and act like you parent different than you parent the same way your
Yes,
parents
I
did.
do.
No,
yes,
you
I
don't.
do. Yes, I
no,
do.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm with Keith. No, you
None of
don't.
us do. None of us do.
Sorry.
Boo.
None of us do.
Yes,
He
I
get the
do.
big boo.
None of us do.
When this shit's going on, you gotta go.
Hey, cause look, Charlotte got on my nerves a couple of times, and I was like, Slim, be quiet.
That brings me another question about Charlotte, y'all. Now, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but did Charlotte not have a man face in this whole series? Tell me. I mean, come on now. Come on now. I know somebody else was thinking that. Every time Charlotte came up on the screen, I was like,
that's a man, baby.
That is a man. What is going on with Charlotte Grill?
That's
Hey,
a man, baby.
Hey, Aunt, Black just cost y'all 3 more sponsors.
Here come a note.
I can't be the only one thinking that. Come on now.
No, I'm with you, Black. I'm with you, Black. I'm with you, Black.
Long
Ciao, Craig.
got a long face.
I said that several times because it's like it's another show I did called Euphoria. I don't know if y'all ever seen that show, but it's another one, and I was like, that got to be the girl from Euphoria because they got that man face. I mean, I was like, okay, maybe this is one of them. They trying to stretch the lines. Maybe she's transgender. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't understand the whole scene when Charlotte went under the water. Was that in season 1 or season 2 when she dove in the water?
Mm-hmm. Like season 2. Season 2
all the way to the bottom.
I didn't understand what the point of that was.
I think she was trying to. I think she was trying to give up. I think she was trying to give up at that point in time, and then she realized that she didn't want to take her life. That's why she swam all the way out there and just let herself go and sink to the bottom.
Was that also after the time where dude took it and then rolled out on her? Wasn't that after all?
Yeah, that was right before that. Correct. Yeah, it was right before that.
Okay.
Right.
Oh.
And then after he did that to her, then she found weed and she was fine after that.
Right.
She
It
found
calmed
weed.
her down, huh? It calmed her down.
Oh yeah.
It ain't even look as masculine, huh, Craig?
Her face brought her back up to the surface. That's what happened. She hit the bottom. Her face. Flotation device. All right, some Wildcats podcast. And we talking everything Ozarks. We got a lot of people up in here. And Stacy is braiding her hair right now. Okay.
Listen, let me be great, okay?
Hey, man. And look, hey, Black. Danielle just sent a picture of Darlene, the real Darlene, at like the red carpet event.
Oh, for real?
She ain't that old.
She ain't?
Oh, she not?
Nah, she ain't.
They made her look old, huh?
Nah, the wrinkles are real.
Come on,
the wrinkles
now.
are real.
What you trying to say, Keith?
It's a lot of makeup.
Nah,
I put it in the
doesn't
group.
look put together at all. Even for the gala, she look a mess.
No, the funniest part to me is when her husband was like, "That was the best fried chicken I had." She's like, "A dog can make fried chicken."
She was ruthless, man. She is ruthless.
Darlene is the unsung. She keep the show going, man. You wait for her to get back on the screen for real,
man. And the way she talked to, and the way she talked to the sheriff, because the sheriff owed them money. She like, you gonna do what I asked you to do.
Hey, the sheriff is a bitch.
Right, because he
The sheriff
owed
is on
them money.
payroll. The sheriff
Owed
on
them
payroll.
money.
They own him. They own the sheriff.
Yeah, they own him.
Exactly.
I don't know how
Was
he
I the
got
only
the
one?
brother out of the mental hospital.
Right.
Was I the
That
only
was
one in the show
crazy.
looking at the show trying to figure out what in the hell did the sheriff do for them to own him like that?
Yeah, they own
He owed them a lot of money.
I mean, it was just how long they said the Snells had been in that little town, and he came up in that little town. He probably ain't never been outside of that.
They got something on him. They got something on him though.
They own him.
But you see, she was getting the sheriff to be a part of the selling the heroin.
Yep.
She was like, you better find some people and get that going.
Because he was shaking like a leaf when the FBI agent told her. The FBI agent told her to put on the handcuffs. He was shaking.
Yeah, but then the Bama got some heart and he stood up to her.
Alabama might get some
how long
eliminated.
that
Keep
lasts.
doing
Yeah,
that
he keep it
bullshit.
on. He keep that up, man. He gonna get popped in the head.
Right.
He gonna get some of that tea.
Yeah, cause she planting them poppy seeds again. She getting her stuff back, her establishment back up.
What's
said,
Wendy's brother name again?
Say again.
Wendy's brother name?
Ben.
Ben. I thought Darlene was gonna kill Ben just to get back at Wendy. When Ruth brought him over there to stay, I didn't think he was gonna last.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, that's kind of crazy.
Darlene got bigger plans.
Yeah. Ruth is bringing Ben right to Darlene because she's waiting to get back at Wendy for setting that whole thing up and punching her in the face and all that.
Yeah, but part of that was her bringing Ben over there was to bring Ruth closer to her and to get her under her belt because she see that Ruth know all the ins and outs of Marty's organization. So it's something bigger coming around the bend.
Yeah, but like Dave said, Marlene got bigger plans.
Right.
Oh, no question.
What about when she blew off the mob guy's son?
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah. His pecker.
Unit.
She said, I got to find the pecker first.
The gangster part of it, she went to his father and told him she did it.
I blew off your son's pecker, but let's
all she had to do was ask Tasha.
Damn. I took a second.
Wow.
Switch shows up on that
thing. Favorite character? Who's your favorite character?
Marty.
I like Marty.
Yeah, I like Wendy.
Marty keep it in.
I don't know.
It's a toss-up between Marty and Ruth.
It's Ruth
Marty
and Marty.
is so smart.
Yes. He keeping everything going. If it wasn't for him, this whole operation be down the drain.
I like Ruth and Marty because Ruth
I like
having
Ruth
some
just,
good.
I like Ruth just the way she talked to people.
Yeah.
She don't care.
Why is she so angry? She ain't got to be that angry.
She lives in a trailer. She lives in a trailer. You'll be angry too.
You turn around, you're in your bedroom. You turn around, you're in your kitchen. You turn around, you're in your living room. You'll be mad too.
She was happy she was happy to find Ben.
When she say you, when she told her, oh girl, you whoop bitch. She was lunching.
She's the only one in the trailer park with some sense.
Yeah. She has some catchy sayings though.
My thing is, after she got that job at the casino, and shit, forget the casino, when she had the job at the damn strip club, making all that money, why the hell she get her ass up out of that damn?
Craig, she was making
all that damn money.
She was making $25,000 a year. Remember, he updated. She wasn't making money like that. She wasn't taking the money.
She could afford a double wide.
Buying that house.
She could afford a double wide then.
Right.
She said a double wide.
Her dad talked her out of that house, man.
Hey, Glenn, you and Craig forgetting that the money's dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the dad did talk her out of the house.
Right. Her father told her, you ain't house material. You one of us.
But she was supposed to do something else with that money. She could have Marty put some plan together to get her in the house, move up to do something better. You know, she was still in that same old rut. She actually needed to get out of that whole atmosphere that she was in to make herself a better person. But she just stayed in that same place. So
her whole thing was to get Wyatt in college and get him out of that whole situation. She was paying his tuition. That was the big thing about her holding on to that money.
Yeah. That was her goal. Yeah. That was her goal, to send him to make him better than he was too smart to be there. She knew that.
Why they want her money?
All right, so some Wildcats.
Found out she killed her father. Of course, I wouldn't want it either.
All right, it's some Wildcats podcast, and we talking Ozark season 1, 2, and 3. Shout out to everybody in the Zoomverse right now hanging out with us, and also on Facebook Live. If you want to join the conversation, just hit up our Facebook Live page, and we'll send you the link. We're at some Wildcats right now. We're going to go to some questions. Actually, I'm going to throw this out here as a comparison. This was given to me by my man, Dirt. You know, the crime drama fans think there's some similarities between the Ozark and Breaking Bad.
Ain't nobody see that shit, Black. You the only
Come
one.
on, everybody seen Breaking Bad, man. Stop all that.
Nobody else see that shit. Why you keep
Stop
talking
all
this
that.
Breaking Bad shit, man?
Everybody seen Breaking Bad, man. You the only one that ain't watched it, man.
I haven't seen it.
They
I
actually
haven't seen it.
Craig, you got like
Wait,
4 or 5
put
people
your-
who
put
haven't
your-
seen it.
Put your hand up. You ain't seen it. Who else ain't seen it? Put your hand up right now. You ain't seen Breaking
Have
Bad.
not.
I
Have
have
not
not.
seen
not.
Breaking Bad.
That was
Have
a
not.
vicious joint.
Have not. Have not.
not
seen it.
I seen like 2 episodes.
It's on my list though.
Breaking Bad is good though.
Look, now it's on our list.
Breaking Bad
Money
is good.
Heist is good too.
Money Heist. Money Heist.
But isn't
Money
it?
Heist?
It's in Spanish, right? Or is it
No,
another
it's
version? So
not.
you gotta.
It's not. I told you that.
So,
not.
I mean, I pulled it up on Netflix. It's a Spanish version. It got the
No.
capture at the bottom.
Hey, boo, the people lips move in Spanish, but when it comes through on your TV, it translates it in English.
Oh shit! Come on.
Yeah, like the old kung fu movies.
Listen.
You gotta click on English audio.
You think I did that?
Hey man,
Hey,
nah,
it's
Money
like-
Heist. Money Heist is a beast.
So
it's like the old kung fu movies when you like, you kill my son, I will fuck you up.
Man, it's not like that.
hey, I'm going back to Breaking Bad. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that this series is.
My bad, Black. I muted you.
He muted you.
Hey Keith, Andy shining tonight.
Yeah, he's showing up big.
Executive producer of the year.
Trolls tonight, baby.
Go ahead, Black. Go ahead, Black.
All right, man. I'm just saying, if you ain't seen Breaking Bad, they similar. They have similar plots and similar styles of, writing in the series. So it's really a good series. All right, forget y'all. All right, all right. Some Wildcats podcast. Going back to some questions sent by my man Derek. On Ozarks, what device is used at the beginning to foreshadow each episode? All right. This is actually going to be. Hold on. Calm. Slow down. I'm gonna give you A, B, C, and D. Is it A, flashbacks? Is it B, symbols inside of an O logo? C, flash forwards? Or D, the final scene is briefly shown? Which one is it?
B.
Symbols shown inside of the O.
Okay.
How long did it take y'all to realize that was changed, that the symbols were changing?
I ain't never noticed changing.
I never even noticed that. For real.
A lot of people didn't notice.
Did y'all also know that they spell Ozark?
Without an S?
No, Ozark. Inside the O, it was a Z-A-R-K in there. Those symbols.
Oh, inside the
so the symbols forked, they let you know where it's gonna show up, but it also is in the form of the letters Z-A-R-K.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't see that part.
That sounds like a Bowie State graduate right there.
BSU?
BSU?
All right. More questions from my man Derek. Ruth Langamore is the young but smart leader of her hillbilly family. How does Ruth plan to kill Marty, but ends up killing her uncles instead? A, is it a car bomb? B, is it electrified boat deck? C, is it rattlesnakes? Or D, is it poisoning?
B, electrified.
Electrical.
Burnt them up.
Cook them bam.
Burnt them down. B is correct. That's the correct answer. All right.
Ruth is short for ruthless.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. How old do y'all think Ruth is? She's early 20s.
Well, she said that she turned 19 when Marty met her.
She said she's only 2 years older than Wyatt.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Well,
That was
custody of them.
Yeah, Glenn, that was in between you raising your hand and taking a drink. That's why you missed it.
Yeah. She said she was 19 when she met Marty.
All right. I go into another question for my man Derek. Marty first hears about the Lake of Ozarks from his business partner, who uses what phrase to refer to the Missouri Lake? Is it A, redneck Riviera? B, backwoods bayou? C, Missouri mud hole? Or D, country California?
Redneck.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
What season was
Missouri
that?
mud hole? The first
the Redneck Riviera.
First episode.
Redneck Riviera.
Hey,
That was 3 years ago for
Sorry,
me.
my hole.
Hey, Kim got it right. It's Redneck Riviera.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we need applause right there, Malik.
I'm smart. I know stuff.
All right. What is the tagline for the Ozarks? All right. This phrase indicates their desperate situation in the Ozark tourist attraction. Is it A, Ozark Mountain Devils, B, Upper Creek, C, Their Last Resort, or D, Deliverance?
The last resort.
The last resort.
I didn't hear the question.
What is the tagline for Ozarks? Which phrase indicates their desperate situation in the Ozark tourist attraction?
Last resort.
Is it A, Ozark Mountain Devils, B, Upper Creek, C, Their Last Resort, or D, Deliverance?
C.
Deliverance.
Who screamed Deliverance? Who screamed Deliverance?
Moni Grace.
Michelle.
Moni Grace?
No,
It wasn't me.
She's totally wrong. You're totally wrong, Moni Grace. Wrong. It's C, Their Last Resort. That's what it is. All right. All right. Another question. We're going to go through all these questions. I'm going to do one more question from Derek. Okay. Marty Bird is a successful financial advisor. He has a hidden client, which is, the Mexican drug cartel. When his family is threatened, they move to the Ozark Mountains of Missouri. From which Midwestern city? Is it A, St. Louis? Is it B, Cleveland? Is it C, Kansas City, Kansas? Or is it D, Chicago?
D.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Easy one.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's an easy one?
Yeah, that was softballs right there, man.
Okay. All right.
That should be the first question.
But isn't Kansas City in Missouri?
Yes.
But they came from Chicago.
Yeah. No, Kansas City
No,
is
Black
not in
said
Missouri.
Kansas City, Kansas.
No, Kansas City.
There's two of them.
There's two of them.
It's two of them. It's the Kansas City, Missouri, and it's the Kansas City, Kansas. It's two.
See, that's why I like being on here with the Wildcats. I still get educated, man. I never knew it was a Kansas City, Kansas.
45 had that mixed up too.
He had a lot of things mixed up.
If he can be president and have it mixed up, maybe I can give me a good run next time.
You better get in there.
Both for you.
Get in there, brother.
Butter for president, supported by the Wildcats.
It'll be your super PAC.
Exactly.
And dude gonna raise $20 in his super PAC. Enough for another bottle of that wine he drinks.
Hey, Craig, we gonna be calling them parquet by the time he know.
Oh, 1800.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna cash out you $5 for your campaign right now.
I appreciate that, Glenn. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, but you got to do every press conference with that 1800.
I got another question. All right. Why are Jacob and Darlene Snell resentful about the lake? Is it A, it's polluted and it smells bad? Is it B, it brought in big crowds? Is it C, it flooded out their family's land? Or is it D, it ruined their dairy farm business?
Flooded out their land.
Flooded out their family's land.
C.
C. Okay, C. All right. Well, that's it for the questions from Derek, y'all. All right, I'm not doing no more than questions. I'm done with that.
Good enough of them.
All right, so some Wildcats podcast. I done ran through all my questions that I had from everybody. So does any of my panelists right now want to ask some questions or make some comments about the series right now? Anybody?
One. I got one.
Go ahead, Kim.
Looking into the future, what type of role do you think that Noah is going to play in his father's successing with them alive?
I mean, Jonah.
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 Noah had an ark. Go ahead.
I think Jonah gonna take over.
Bodyguard.
Jonah. Yeah, Jonah.
I think he'll be part of the financial side of the house.
Yeah.
He already created some companies already.
He already doing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, he did a shell company, and the other guy's lawyer couldn't figure it out. So you know he's good.
Yeah, he's already.
I think Jonah could spin off if Ozark goes.
He's gonna run it. He's gonna run it. He has plenty of offshore accounts.
Look, it's just like Power. Just like Power. He gonna get his own series.
Yeah, I got a quick question for everybody. Was everybody surprised that the FBI didn't bug the Bird's house, their businesses, the Krusty Krab, Blue Crab, whatever it was called, and all those other places where they usually hung out at?
But Wendy had a sweeper, so she was already sweeping in the house.
Yeah,
that was at the business though. That was at the business when the business first, when they started kind of doing they're trying to get the casino, but before that they didn't.
They was bugging people. They wasn't bugging the house. They was.
I know that's bugging people, but were you surprised that they ain't bugged the places? And they did bug Russ's trailer.
Right, but see, Russ and them was bugged because your boy Petty was plugged into him.
But I'm gonna tell you what.
I think they couldn't bug their houses because they really didn't have any evidence of them doing anything. They had suspicion, but no evidence of them doing anything.
They need a warrant for that. They need a warrant to bug the house to be able to use that evidence. So they didn't have anything substantial to be able to get the warrant to bug the house.
Yeah, Glenn.
I had questions about the Mexican cartel. Mexican cartel, when they came through for their baptism, that got me right there. Is when they came in and bum rushed the baptism. Who was that coming through? Was that somebody that Helen had hired?
No, that was the other cartel that the cartels was in war with.
Right.
That's part of those Mexican wars.
Yeah, that's part of the war that he was that the cartel, the main boss is in war with back in Mexico. So they was sending a message because they went in there and cut the balls off of the horse. And when he bought the horse farm, that was the owner. That was one of the cartel owners' horse. So that's why he bought the horse farm just to do that. So they retaliated and at the church.
Hey, I have a question. Why did they waterboard Helen? Were they trying to get out of Helen?
Yeah. They waterboarded
her husband.
They was trying to find out what her husband knew.
Yep.
While they was going through the divorce, they was trying to find out what her husband knew.
Hey, did anybody else peek that Helen was about to try? She was trying to get Marty and and Wendy with that deal to the FBI.
She tried to back them.
That's why she got killed.
You think that's why she got killed, or she got killed before she got it?
Yeah, she got killed because of that.
Well, no, I thought she probably got killed before she put that out there.
No, she got killed at the end. She got killed at the end after she was already plotting. He probably found out about everything she was doing.
Because you gotta remember,
he chose Marty Bird because Marty was smarter than Helen.
Not only that, they got in front of it when Wendy called him personally and said, "Look, I put my brother before this business. I put my brother before."
No, I don't think that.
No. I think when she got in front of it is when they said, "We can get your Mexican cartel, your opposition out of the picture."
Oh yeah,
That's it.
She pulled his nuts out the fire when she said that she could use the FBI to take down this rival cartel.
Right.
Yeah, but Helen got killed before she even played that card, though.
No, that card was played. It was already there.
No, I'm talking about when Helen. Remember, Helen had that signed deal by the FBI.
Affidavit.
Yeah, the affidavit basically saying the plea deal. She basically had the plea deal that she took on the trip with her, and it was actually in her portfolio. So she got killed before she was able to pull that out.
But you don't know.
So probably what's going to happen, Anthony, is it's going to come out that he knew, like in the next season, he's going to tell them that he knew that what she was up to. And then they also said in one scene that they had to make sure that he saw them, he valued them more than Helen.
Right.
Now I have a different take on it. I got a different take. I think he killed because in the phone call, when he called Helen, when they were talking, Navarro told Helen to go ahead and do what you think you need to do. The fact that Helen did not have them killed, he figured at that point that was showing a sign of weakness for Helen, and he didn't need her around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
well.
Whatever that is, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of good theories. A lot of good theories.
butter for president. Butter for president.
But he told her to do what she had to do as far as the business side. The business side to take over the casino and bring that back under control.
Yeah, but the fact that they knew as much information about his operation as they did, there's no way you can leave them around because that's loose ends. So even if she takes over the casino and Navarro takes over the casino and she runs it, you still have two loose ends that could bring his corporation down. So basically, to him, it was a sign of weakness that she didn't take care of them the way he would have. So now, if you're not gonna handle them, I'm gonna handle you.
But Wendy made it her point to show her worth to the drug lord, the dude.
Right.
And so that's
but
what
Marty showed his worth earlier when he fixed that offshore account.
Yeah. When he came up out that dungeon.
Yeah, that's why he let him. Yeah, that's why he let him go back home.
So he realized how smart he was, and it was smart for the FBI agent to flush Marty out by flagging that account.
Right. Yeah.
Well, actually, was Marty smart or was he just lucky as hell? Because if Maya had not flagged the account, Marty would have been dead right then and there.
Yeah,
but he was smart to know what the problem was to be able to show him what the problem.
That's true.
Nobody else could figure it out but Marty.
Right.
Marty thought he was going to die in that dungeon.
No, it wasn't that. It was a test. It was a test because if Ruth and Wendy and them could have handled everything without Marty,
killed him.
Marty was in the dirt.
Yeah, Navarro would have been good with them.
Right.
Marty's got 9 lives like a cat. That dude been dead since.
Yes.
No, but look, once Navarro said that he was just like me, I knew he was gonna be good for a while. He was like he want to win.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's keeping him around.
When he was eating that food inside of maggots in it, I was like, gross.
Yeah, right.
Then he had to spit it out of his mouth. It was already in his mouth.
Hey,
he was tearing it up too.
I got a question for everybody. Based off of everybody that's going from season 3 to season 4, who is your guess to be the first person killed?
The FBI agent.
Darlene
ain't going nowhere.
No, Darlene gotta go. You think they're gonna do Agent Miller?
I think they're going to end up getting her in his pocket.
I think it might be somebody out of that KC mob. They only had 2 casualties so far and stuff, so they do to kind of let them go and shit.
It's time to bring some new characters in.
Yeah, Schillinger got to go, man.
Who's expendable right now? Who can they get rid of? I mean, they could be on some Game of Thrones type shit, and anybody can get it.
They could get rid of somebody from the mob crew.
Yeah, from the KC mob.
That would be
because Ruth, Wyatt, and Darlene, they about to start the poppy business back up.
Yeah,
they about to start selling drugs.
I was thinking a way off the beaten path is Ruth and Wyatt, or Wyatt's little brother.
Three.
Killed and
Three.
Yeah.
Three's too innocent. He's too innocent.
But I think if they kill Reed, then that's gonna start some type of war with Darlene and Wyatt, where they gonna try to join forces and really go against whomever kills him. I think he's gonna play a part some kind of way.
Yeah, but they haven't killed any kids yet.
No, yeah, that's
Ruth gonna come back to Marty?
Next season, he's gonna be 5 years older.
Ruth gonna come back to Marty next season?
Yeah, because they're not back in production right now.
Yeah, because she still ain't too happy with that casino, and then they trying to put the hotel and everything else on their property.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can mess around and kill Reed just to send a message. And what bigger message to send than to kill a baby or kill the youngest?
Hey, I can't remember.
That's not the makeup of the mafia to be killing kids. Who knows? I don't know.
Man, that man just had his son balls blown off. He pissed.
And did they get the hotel? I know they got the casino, but did
they got the hotel? They forcing them to sell in the hotel too.
That's who can die. That's
what I was gonna say. Because one of them could die.
Yep. Either his lawyer or the I don't know what's the guy name.
The dude at the Lake House
hotel. The Lake House dude. Yeah, him. The Lake House. The Lake House dude. He can go. He can go.
The dude with his son had no nuts now.
Tommy.
Wait. Well, how about the dude they got losing all his money in the casino? He might kill himself.
Yeah, because the FBI, they come,
I can't believe Darlene put his balls on. That was crazy.
Hey, like Pimp C and Bun B, you say no nuts, no glory.
Okay, I got a question for the lady. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the guy say that the wedding ring, was actually his mother?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that when he did it, he paid. Yeah, he paid money to have that created as a diamond.
So I think I know the answer to the question.
That's Sam's mother.
Right.
Yeah.
So if somebody offered somebody and said it was their mother's ring, how would you react? I mean, it was their mother. How would you react?
Look, it's still a diamond.
It's been nice knowing you.
Still
Everybody ain't home at the house. Everybody ain't home at the house.
How clear is the diamond?
It was clear. It was
Come out of jail.
clear.
He gonna be pissed when he get out of jail.
I think he paid like $20,000 for the diamond alone or something.
Bless his heart.
Did somebody ask was the diamond clear? Was it a little cloudy?
I need to know how clear the diamond was.
She wore a lot of makeup. It was a canary.
What's the clarity? What's the clarity of it?
Got that jump from Zales up Landover Mall.
He didn't even go to Jared.
Hey, but we might have just answered. We might have just answered the question. Sam might be the first one to get killed, as weak as he was.
He is weak.
Who's Sam?
Sam.
Yeah. Sam gonna come out of jail pissed and they gonna kill him.
Sam gonna try to blow the whistle. But Sam still don't know nothing. Sam doesn't know anything. Sam doesn't know anything. He still doesn't know anything. He's just naive.
They be like, Sam, we don't give a fuck. Just gamble, Sam. Just gamble.
Right. What did Marty tell you, Sam? Shut the fuck up and go gamble.
Sam was like, I could just let y'all borrow the money.
250,000.
Looking at me.
I have a question. When they had the money in the walls and the blue dolphin or whatever it was, did they get all the money out? Blue cat.
Yeah, they did. They transferred
the money there.
No, they transported all the money and put it at the funeral home.
At the mausoleum.
Okay.
It's at the
I
mausoleum.
thought they left some of it. Okay.
No, they took all of it.
She didn't get all of it.
So let me ask y'all this:
Yeah, I didn't
how long?
think she got all of it.
How long since
He
Ruth?
got 150,000.
Since Ruth said she done, how long before they moved that money out of Buddy's mausoleum to some other place?
Because Ruth,
I think Ruth's gonna come back to Marty. She's got to come back to Marty.
Yes.
Yeah, but does he move the money?
Nah.
Ruth don't know where the money's at though.
She's still trying to find it. She knows where the money is.
She at the mausoleum.
Okay.
He showed her.
Okay.
He showed her when he was about to make the break for it.
When he was about to leave, he showed her everything.
And this go back to what you said at the beginning when Wendy got stronger and stronger through each season. Marty was done, and she told him at the jump, "Nah, we're not done. We're staying here, and we're gonna do this, that, and the other." That's when she started.
That's why I made the comparison like with Power and Tasha. They wanted to stay in the game, and the husbands wanted to get out, find a way to get out the game, and she just feed into the power, more and more power. That's why she's trying to build an empire. She's just feeling it.
But you know what? I think Ruth. No, that was Wendy.
Wendy.
Wendy, yeah.
But Ruth brought Marty back to life when she was like, "You need to control your house." I think that was what made him kind of snap out of it and then start to kind of go back to doing things his way, because she was like, "You need to run your house." I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's when he said that he wanted her to funnel the money through the new casino, but don't tell Wendy about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
So do you think that
Wendy closed.
Do you think that what's her name? Darlene is going to persuade Ruth to join over with her and Wyatt?
If she do it, it's gonna be because of Wyatt. I think she's still too loyal to Marty though.
She's too loyal to Marty.
Eventually, she's gonna come back to Marty.
Yeah. I think it's a done deal with Ruth and Marty right now. And I'm kind of mad at Ruth. I'm mad at Ruth right now because she took it personal that they killed Ben. But I'm like, girl, you murdered two of your uncles. What the hell you tripping off of Ben for?
Right.
But look,
And
she
put,
still
he put
had.
that. Did Ben slay you like that?
Man,
He put
but that was
thing down like
her
that on
only
your
love.
ass?
They killed her only
He
love.
got
She
off
ain't
his
thinking about
man.
all that.
Look, she still had the two bobcats
He
in the
got off his
cage to take
meds.
up for her uncles. The bobcats in the cage represented her uncles.
But she let him go.
She did. Yeah, she did.
Go.
Let her go.
Right. That was some symbolism for you.
It was very much symbolic.
But when
But it
Marty,
wasn't just them killing the Ben. It was also the fact that they didn't kill Tommy,
Right.
whatever his name was.
Supposed to be untouchable.
She was pissed about that.
Yeah, she was mad about that.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
And she got touched.
but
many
what the
times.
problem is going to happen is she gonna go back to Marty, because when Marty come back from Mexico and ain't no Helen.
Right.
I wanted to
Something's
slap
gonna
the
happen
fuck
with
out of
White.
Helen's daughter too, man. Helen's daughter pissed me off, man.
The whole, all three.
All them
seasons
children.
got on my nerve.
All three of them kids needed their ass beat.
Yes.
Man.
I don't know why the
That's-
other kids told her about the cartel. Like why they agreed with what Ben was saying. They could have just been like, I don't know what my dad
I
does.
don't know, but the child is a weak link. Helen's daughter is a weak link now.
But
Yeah.
Jonah was in love with her.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't lie to her.
Yeah.
Thought he was about to lose that cherry.
He got that
But-
kid,
but
and
look,
the
that's-
drawers got
That's
wet.
kryptonite.
That's what she came down there for anyway. That's what she came to Ozark for.
Yeah.
Jonah getting busy next
She
season.
wanted to go to that party.
Yeah.
She wanted to go to any party to lose her virginity.
She came down there to get that her hoochie on.
Hey, it's some Wildcats podcast. We freestyling right now. Everybody throwing their questions out there. Do y'all think that Helen's family is done in this series? Do they think the cartel, or they're gonna have some scenes going back to the cartel actually taking out her daughter and her husband, or they're gonna leave it alone and be done with it? I think it's gonna, they're gonna show them in the series anymore, or she's just done.
I think her daughter is going to become a larger part of the series. Basically through the connection of Jonah. That's what I. I believe.
She live in Chicago, Kim. So how's she gonna be? How's she gonna have a larger part if she live in Chicago?
Maybe her father gonna come back. The one that got beat up in the parking lot.
He not gonna come back. He in Chicago.
Yeah, but he may tie in. You never know.
This is the thing, Aunt. Now that she knows what's going on, they can't have her too far away from the action.
That's right.
So, because she knows what's going on, you can't put that milk back in the carton. So they're not going to just let her be out there freelance, whatever. She's going to play a big part in this upcoming season. You watch.
I disagree. It's no way, because the fact that that'll be boring. Okay, what's she gonna do? She ain't run nothing. She don't know nothing. All she knows is that they told her that her mom worked for the cartel. If they go down that line, it's gonna be boring.
They couldn't handle it.
The cartel don't even know she.
Your liability, they gotta get rid of her.
They gonna have
They couldn't handle it by just
tied up the
taking care of it off the scene and just mentioning in one line something about her being gone.
That's gonna be
one
Jonas
thing about the Ozark
He
is
said she get one line.
one thing about the Ozark is that they got a lot of loose ends in their show. So they like for instance, when a young lady was acting like she was having sex with Marty, then all of a sudden they just let it go. It's a lot of loose ends that could come back. So
who was the young lady? The owner of the Blue Cat?
Yeah, right. Remember?
Oh, Rachel.
Yeah. She went to the
What
hotel.
happened to her? What happened to her? She left.
Yeah.
She
Maybe she in rehab trying to get cleaned up.
So she may come back.
Cause see, what I think gonna happen is that Helen's husband, the brother is still in Chicago. So I think once he finds out, the daughter comes home and tells him what was going on, he gonna find some way to get down to Ozark to get her back with the son. That's what I think gonna happen. Or some kind of way he gonna end up down there and bring the son down there or something. It's gonna end up that way.
Man, he a basketball player. He ain't no gangster.
I'm talking about the father trying to get the kids together.
But that's ex-husband. He was doing money moves on his own. He ain't worried about what his wife was doing.
Right, and he gonna get linked in some kind of way.
Who, the father?
The father.
The way they could get linked in
ex-husband
is they're gonna be going to Marty and trying to find out what happened to Helen. Like
exactly.
Like y'all went to Mexico together and y'all came back and she never came back. But
Right.
Yeah, she's gonna be without the mother. So yeah, they're gonna force her to go ahead and call her father.
I mean, they're not going to know that she went to Mexico with them because that was a private flight, and nobody was supposed to know that they was even making moves like that.
Oh yeah.
We talking about Ozark. Everybody talk.
I think the cartel's gonna come back, murder the girl, the father, and clean up them loose ends. I think they're gonna bring them back in there. It's gonna be a scene.
They're
They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, we took
knock them
care of
off.
They're gonna have to. When she doesn't have her mom there, they're gonna have to figure out some way to, because she does know something.
Just texting. Would you be interested in finish writing my paper?
Ruth is gonna run it all. She's gonna take over the empire.
I do think
that little bad bitch, she gonna take over.
Look, that's after a couple of drinks, huh?
Right.
Hey, do you all think that Ruth and Darlene gonna get into it?
I think Ray get in with Darlene.
Everybody both think they own Wyatt. They both think they own him.
But I think Ruth is gonna get in with Darlene, and somehow her and Marty gonna get back tight again, and Marty gonna end up getting Darlene them. It's going somewhere in that ballpark like that.
Oh,
that property.
Something's gonna happen to Wyatt. It has to keep me intrigued. Something's gonna have to happen.
He should have took his ass to college.
His ass. There
you go. You still gotta get it go. You still gotta get it go. I'm gonna tell you what happened on Wyatt. He gonna catch the worms from messing with that old woman.
Hey, Craig, read your text, Craig. Read your text, Craig. Yeah, dang.
There ain't no old women. Ain't got no worms now. That is a bad movie.
It's only the old men.
And that sawdust.
All right, Black. Read your text, Black, on your phone, not on the computer.
Why would you send me a text? Why would you send it to me privately, man?
Dave, give me the sign, Dave. Put the sign up, please.
Hold on, Keith.
My God.
Yes, God damn, Black.
You can mute me, but you can't block my.
Oh, okay. Hey. It had to happen. Hey,
Craig Black for devil.
I want to thank everybody for jumping in and joining the conversation, being part of some Wildcats podcast. You know, we've been here for a minute. I appreciate y'all participating. Shout out to Shelly. Shout out to I'm gonna mess your name up. What's this? Deria? Deira. All right, Deira. Stacy, appreciate you. Miss Moni Grace, appreciate you. And my man Butter, my man Cliff, Kim, and the rest of y'all, man. You know the crew. Appreciate y'all checking us out. Hey, we're live on IG. We're live on Facebook. You can catch the whole podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartMedia. We're all over the net. If y'all want to listen to us, man, we got a lot of episodes up there. We appreciate it. This was the great episode with the Wildcats, fellas. Y'all got anything to say? Any last remarks before we get up out of here?
Oh, in support of Agent Miller. She's from the DMV. She's from.
Well, she not coming on now. Craig just dogged
I blasted her ass earlier because she ain't jump on our damn podcast.
She money heist. Money heist. I really think she can see us though, Agent Miller, because I did, kind of tell her about it.
Hey, look,
but
Black. Hey, Black, I don't got love for. Got love for
Craig.
Hey, Black,
Craig, can you apologize to her, Craig?
I apologize, Agent Miller. I apologize, Jessica. I think Francis. What's her last name?
Dukes.
Yeah.
Jessica Francis Dukes. Jessica Dukes.
I
apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, look.
I apologize.
I don't know if y'all seen this series or not, but You is a hell of a series to have a discussion about.
You?
What is it called, Butter?
You
only
on
saw
Netflix.
season 1.
That'll be another episode of some Wildcats podcast. That's what that'll be. We're about to sign off and get out of here, Butter. We appreciate you. We're gonna send you money for your campaign, my dude. Y'all have a good evening.
$2 is coming, baby. $2 is coming.
Shout out to the Facebook family for checking us out, man.
I'm about to check out Money Heist.
All right.
Nice. Check it out.
All right now.
We up out of here. Take us out, Ant. Take us out. Peace.
All right, now that was, you know what? That was just for Malik's purposes and stuff. So now y'all can keep on talking.
You took us off Facebook Live?
No. We still
he's
on live.
still
You want to stay on?
Except for production wise.
Oh, production. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So y'all can stay on. That was just for
keep
Malik.
talking if you want to.
Yeah, that was just for Malik. Do you want me to stop the live stream?
Yeah. You know the best part of our show is
stop the live stream.
The
Black.
best part of our show is the pre and post.
Yeah.
Black, do you want to stop the live stream?
Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Let them know we still live. We still live, y'all. Let them know.
So Craig, for our studio audience, won't you let everybody know that there was just for Malik piece, and now we just we just freelancing now. We freestyling now.
Jack Daniels, baby.
You just told him, man. You just told him.
Cinnamon Jack.
Hey, look.
You just told him, man. Good job.
Here we go.
Hey, Black.
Yeah.
Hey, that series that joint is about a dude who meet a chick and he falls for the chick so hard that he mess around and start killing all her friends and everybody she comes in contact that he think could jeopardize their relationship. That's on off the chain.
I heard that too, Butter. That's in my rotation.
Yeah, that you is mean. It's a good joint.
Yeah, you was off the hook.
Yeah.
That was little Michael Mata for all y'all that know.
Question. Did any of y'all watch?
That's little Mike Mata.
Yeah, come back, Michael.
Hey, do any of y'all watch Peaky Blinders?
Oh, Peaky Blinders was mean with it.
Oh my God.
They all know.
What is the name of it? Little Mike Mata. What's up, man?
Little Mike Mata. He can't hear you.
Put that joint in rotation, Black.
Hey, Kim.
Where is he?
Hey, he used to hit that joint. We're the fucking Peaky Blinders. Hey, it's like it's an Irish mob, Joe. They mean with
the
it.
Irish mob.
Yeah,
back for World War One.
They call it the Pinky Blinders.
Pinky.
Like the Pinky.
Peaky Blinders. That joint is mean.
Listen. They call them the Peaky Blinders because they used to keep razors in their hats and they hit you across the eyes with them joints. That was their symbol of people. That was their trademark. Like the cartel got the Bolivian necktie. That was their way of dealing with people.
Oh, okay, all right. Pinky Blinders, all right, okay.
Pinky Blinders, it's vicious. You would love it.
What is that? Netflix? What is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
it's an average gangster joint. It's like 2 or 3 seasons. That don't mean.
Have y'all seen that joint? Was it Banshee on Cinemax?
No, I ain't seen that.
Those the Amish gangsters. That joint like that. Amish gangsters.
And that's not like the Amish mafia, was it?
Yeah, I believe so. Sir.
Did anybody watch the
They selling up a part of Maryland too.
Would you say, Shelly? Say that again.
Did anybody watch the new Narcos Mexico?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last one yet.
I haven't watched the first one.
I like the original joint better.
Yeah, I like the original.
I
I'm
like
with Butter.
the original one good too, but the first season of Mexico, I didn't think I would like it, but it was really
What
good.
is it called again?
Narcos Mexico.
Okay.
Well, there's Narcos, and then there's 3 seasons of that, and then Narcos Mexico. It's very similar. Some of the same people cross over.
There's too much subtitles for me.
What?
After Narcos, after they got past the Pablo Escobar episode, I was done with it. I couldn't go. I left it alone.
Well, Mexico, they go
anymore.
into a story that was also really public in the news that you could follow and see what was going on in the news, but it was really good. It was about a U.S. DEA person that was killed in Mexico.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's real good. Michael Pena is in it.
Another series that y'all need to check out. I don't know. It's called Dirty Money. Y'all seen that? Dirty Money on Netflix. No. They talk about Wells Fargo. It's like a lot of different stories where they go back and forth. That Wells Fargo and that one about Donald Trump. Y'all got to see that one. Donald Trump is a fucking idiot, y'all. I'm telling y'all. His businesses, they break it down on his businesses and stuff in that Dirty Money episode. It'll piss you off, man. It's like, how in the hell is this dude the president right now, and all his businesses was failing. He had one successful business, and that was that Trump Tower in New York. Everything else was straight garbage.
Rockefeller.
He's just
Some
the
bullshit.
face. He's just the puppet behind, being led with the strings. It's just the powers behind him.
The only smart thing he did was when he got popular after he made that big deal, because he took his father's business to another level. When he did that deal in New York with that building, he started licensing his name, the Trump name, out to people. And they would brand it and put it out there on their businesses. And that's how he made all this money overseas with people, because, the foreigners, they were impressed, they were admiring the whole United States Trump name. Back in the day, he was more of the rappers used to always talk about him. So it was like he was more of a celebrity than actually a good businessman. And that's what it was, more of the aura of his
he's
name.
the face.
Actually,
the name. Yeah.
But that dude.
They're trying to privatize the United States Postal Service too. They're trying to privatize it. But they're trying to get rid of the post office in June.
We're talking about dirty
Trump
money.
has always wanted to privatize that.
Yeah.
Hey, another good flick to watch is Bloodshot, that new joint with Vin Diesel.
Oh yeah, I seen that joint. Yeah, that joint good. Yeah, that joint good. That joint good. We watch a lot of goddamn TV right now, huh?
Being responsible.
Hey, we are literally a captive audience.
Man, shit.
Hey, so what's the deal? On the 15th, we have to wear masks anytime we're out in public.